All right, how's it going, everyone? And welcome to another episode of Together Achieving Greatness. I'm your host, Trevor Gutting, and before we get into this video or this, I don't know, this video, this podcast, is whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. This how to make sure you like and subscribe to my page. So click the little icons below, subscribe, like the videos if you are getting good information from them, and share them with your friends, your family. Anyone who you might think will find this information useful. And that's what it's here for, here to help you achieve greatness through training, through nutrition, through sleep, through mindset work, all these different topics, all these different puzzle pieces that we have to learn to fit together to build our unique puzzle, to get all the pieces together to build our unique Lego set. As you know, as you can see behind me over here, my Lego sets. I'm a Lego fanatic, always have been. And you got to build those pieces together to build your unique set, what works for you through your health, through your training, through fitness, nutrition, sleep, mindset work, stress management, all these different pieces. There's more to it than just exercise. There's more to it than just nutrition. You need all these pieces put together to find out what works best for you. But today, I want to jump into goal setting and how to set and achieve your fitness and nutrition goals. And really, these tips, these tricks, I guess they're not really tricks, they're just things you need to do to achieve what you want. And we'll talk about fitness goals, fitness health goals today, but you can apply these to anything. You can apply them to work, family, to finances, whatever your goals are in any other areas of life. You can apply these strategies, these what's the word I'm looking for? I guess strategies, because I don't like to say like hacks and tips and tricks, because that stuff just hacks has a bad connotation. Tricks just means like it's kind of, I don't know, magic, and especially in the fitness and health world, there's too much of that crap out there anywhere. Way people want all this magic pills and potions that's gonna make them skinny in a day. And it's just not going to happen. But these principles, there we go, principles and guidelines to setting goals and helping you achieve the goals. So let's think fitness, there's tons of goals you could have. And maybe it's to lose 30 pounds. Maybe it's to add 10 pounds of muscle. Maybe it's to feel better. Maybe it's to run a faster 40-yard dash. Maybe it's to bench 300 pounds. Whatever it may be, we could have all these different goals. Ultimately, the first thing you want to figure out is figure out your goal. Goal or goals, a lot of people say one at a time. Find what works for you. Again, don't put too much on yourself, but figure out your goal. So for this example, let's just say, I'll use this example throughout today's video, and just let's say I want to add 10 pounds of lean muscle. So that's my goal, and then you think about your goals, what your goal is, what your goals are, and figure that out. And then we want to figure out the why. Why do you want to do that? Why is that important to you? How is it going to affect your life? These different things, and just ask these questions to dig. And I do this with my calls when I call an initial call with persons to figure out really what they're looking for and why they want to achieve these goals. You got to dig deeper, peel back those layers of the onion. So why do you want to add 10 pounds of muscle? Because I'll be stronger. Why do you want to be stronger? Because it'll make me feel better. How is that going to make you feel better? I'll be able to do things. I'll be able to complete daily tasks. I'll be able to do all my daily responsibilities easier. It'll make everything I do each day easier because I'm stronger. And you can ask, why is that going to benefit your life? And you say, because I'll be able to help my family. I'll be stronger for my family. I'll be able to do things. I won't be weak and broken down when my kids are asking to play with me or something like that. That's what we really want to dig. We want to dig, and ultimately find your why, your ultimate why you are doing something, because that is your motivation. That's what's going to, it's not, oh, I'm too tired to get up and work. Think about why you're really doing things. And it's more than just, for most of the time, and it's more than just, oh, I just want to add 10 pounds of muscle. Think back, peel back those layers of the onion. So, and figure out your true why and why you are actually doing this, why you want to do this, how it's going to benefit your life, how is your life going to change, those types of things. Just ask these different questions to really figure out why you're doing this and why, because that's going to keep pushing you forward. When you hit those tough moments, you hit those plateaus, you get stuck, you feel like quitting, all those things, then you think why you're really doing this, and that's what's going to keep you going. So we set our goal, we figure out our why, we got all that done, and then we set our goal. So we have our goal. So in this example, I want to add 10 pounds of lean muscle. Then we'll work backwards from there, and that's our end goal. But we got to work backwards from there. And when you're making goals, don't just have them in your head. Write them down. Write them down so you can see it. Put it on a whiteboard. That's what I do a lot of times, or I'll have my notebook or computer spreadsheets or documents with financial goals for business and stuff like that. But have it written down so you have it out there. So you put it on paper, because it's in your head. It's just a dream. And a lot of times we forget about that stuff if you're like me and have a bad memory. So write it down. Set your goal, and then we want to work backwards from there. This is our outcome goal. And when we're setting goals, one of the good things I have always found is they're called SMART goals. So make sure your goal is just the acronym, or I guess you even know what acronym. SMART, the word SMART, SMART, and each letter stands for different things. There's some different ones out there that have different, feel letters are different names, but so if you think of the S, think of that as a specific. So a specific goal, 10 pounds of lean muscle. That's what I want to do. The M is measurable. So you got to be able to measure it and track it. So it gives you a way to evaluate and make sure you're making progress. So it has to be measurable. A, have you ever seen it stand for attainable or achievable? So it's something that is actually possible within, like, we'll get into the T, within your time frame. So it's possible to do this. So if I don't want to say I want to add, so something that's probably unattainable would be, or unachievable. For me, someone who's 5'8", I want to add 80 pounds of muscle. That's probably unachievable, because by then I'll be, I'll be like 200 and something pounds of muscle at 5'8". That's my body, my frame, my genetics are probably not built to do that. But let's say 10 pounds of lean muscle. That's more achievable, more attainable. And then we go to R, which is, I've seen it relevant. I've seen it as realistic. There are two different ways for it. So make sure, like, that kind of goes with the achievable. Make sure it's realistic. So like I said, 80 pounds of muscle versus 10 pounds of muscle. 80 pounds is a lot, especially at my age, in my mid-30s now. It's not really realistic to add 80 pounds of muscle. But 10, that is more realistic there. So make sure it is realistic or relevant. And then the T stands for time. So time bound. So you got a time frame that you're going to work within. I want to add 10 pounds of muscle in the next year. That's a good realistic goal. Something like that. So whatever it is your goals are, run it through the SMART. Make sure it's specific. Make sure it's measurable. Make sure it's achievable. It's realistic, and have a time frame to do that. Because if you just have all the other ones, but you don't have a time frame, within the next, I want to add 10 pounds, within whatever, you don't have a goal. You have that set time frame. It just has you push towards it more and gives you something to shoot for. So follow SMART. I think it's a good, I don't know, is that an acronym, or how, I don't know when the letters stand for different words, but use SMART: specific, measurable, actionable, or achievable, realistic, and a time frame. So follow those when you're setting your goals. And like I said, we have that main goal, outcome goal, and we want to work back using habit or behavior goals, which are the things that you are going to do to get you to where you want to be. So we have that. I want to add 10 pounds of lean muscle. That's my goal. Let's work backwards and see how are we going to get there. Start small. Don't throw everything at yourself at once. So behavior goals are things you are going to do, like I said, to help you achieve those goals. Things you're going to do daily, weekly, monthly. So an example would be, so maybe my first behavior goal for adding 10 pounds of muscle is I am going to sleep 7 to 10 hours a night. That's a good goal. Sleep is when you build muscle. It's when you recover. So that is a good behavior goal that you're going to start doing that. Do that for day, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. Stack those together over weeks. They become a habit. They become behavior. They become part of your routine. And there you go. Another example could be I'm going to train 3 to 5 times a week, lifting weights, sprinting, training like an athlete. All those good things that you need to do to add lean muscle mass. So that would be another behavior goal that we could do. And again, we can track these. You can make sure you're sleeping. You can track your sleep. Like I use an Oura Ring. Maybe I've used a Fitbit in the past. I just don't like the watching, wearing a watch. I don't like anything on my wrist. This is more discreet. It's easier. It's not as cumbersome and doesn't get in the way. There's other things. There's mattresses and stuff like that. Track your sleep. You can just write it down. What time you go to bed, what time you wake up. It's not as accurate. But if you're doing the same thing, that's the thing with all these devices and stuff. None of them are going to be 100% accurate. But if you are using them in the same fashion, the same time, the same way, every day or whatever, however long, whenever you're measuring, then that's going to be accurate to you. Same with like the scale. If you use the scale first thing in the morning, after you pee, empty stomach, it's going to be accurate to you. So, and you'll be able to measure yourself that way. Again, write these down, track them. I use an Excel sheet to track all my daily stuff, my weight, my habits, my behavior goals, training stuff, training logs. Keep a log of all that stuff. Yeah, it can get kind of, you might think, oh, it takes so much time to do that. But then if you can't track it, you're not able to, if you can't measure it, you're not able to track it. So you're not going to know where you're at, what happened here, then whatever, what went wrong, and if you can track it, then you're able to figure out, again, what's working, what's not working. So, but yeah, so we set these behavior goals. Like I said, sleep, train 3 times a week. Another one would be eating a caloric surplus. So eat more calories than you're burning. So you have to do that. And it doesn't have to be big. I would say maybe 250 to start. 250 calories greater than my maintenance. And I'm going to build on that. Boom, boom, boom. We're doing that week in, day after day. We're tracking. We're writing it down. We're punching it into a spreadsheet. We're measuring, seeing where we're at. And as we do these things, these smaller behaviors, we're building on them. We're stacking them together, stacking these small wins together to help get you where you want to be ultimately, that 10 pounds of lean muscle. If we do this days, turns into weeks, turns into months, turns into years, turns into a lifestyle. And again, you have these smaller goals, and once you get to that goal, it's not a be-all, end-all. You set new goals. You're always setting new goals. Always should be striving to improve yourself, to better yourself. But we have those outcome goals, and then we got to work backwards and set those behavior goals. And again, these behavior goals, a lot of times they become part of your life. They become your behavior. They become your routine, and you're not even thinking about them anymore. So that is what's so important about the behavior goals, because that's the things you're doing to ultimately get to your outcome goals. Whether that, like I said, like my example, 10 pounds of muscle mass, whether that's losing 30 pounds, whether that's being able to stand again, whether that's to improve your sleep, whether that's to be able to run around with your kids without being out of breath, whatever it may be. You set those goals, and then we work backwards and figure out what we need to do, the behavior goals. So yeah, like I said, behavior goals, things like training 3 times a week, adding some extra water, eating a surplus, eating a deficit if you're trying to lose weight, eating whole, real nutrient-dense foods. Those are things that are behavior goals that you stack together. Eating slower, that you stack together to build and build and build and ultimately get you to where you want to be and achieve those goals. Because we should all want to live our healthiest lives, because that's going to help us be the best version of ourselves. We're going to be able to live longer and enjoy our lives and be able to do the things we want in our lives and not just be alive. What good's living to 100 if you're miserable, you're stuck in a wheelchair, you're stuck in bed rest or hospice care or whatever, and you can't do anything that you want to do. So make the most, and the best way to do that is to improve your health, get strong, get fast, train like an athlete, eat better, sleep more, and just do all these things. Manage your stress, manage your mindset, all these things that are going to help you be an athlete for life. That's what our goal is with all of our clients, to help them become athletes for life. Because athletes, it just doesn't mean being athletic. It means eating well. It means sleeping well. It means being a good person. It means having confidence to do the things you love. It means looking good naked. It means all these different things, having a strong mind, managing your stress, and just being able to be there for your friends, for your family, for your loved ones. That's ultimately what being an athlete for life means. And if you are interested, reach out, let me know. But if you have any questions on goal setting, I do have some. I know I have a goal book. I did it for beginning of 2022 now. But if you want that, comment below, send me a message. I can get that over to you. And you can use it. I mean, it doesn't just have to be for 2022. It could be, that was just the title of New Year's goals, but you can use it for goals for anything. So set those goals, achieve those goals, crush those goals, work on those behaviors and habits that are going to help you get to those goals. That is the big thing today. If you guys have any questions, anything else, reach out, comment, send me an email at trevor@tagpn.com, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you are getting updates when these come out live, and you can join in on the call or on the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it, and we will see you next time.